Hey guys, this is Kirob speaking, and today we are continuing our journey through the light campaign mode with Willy Speck, designing all kinds of awesome cars like the Nürburg, our latest hypercar. But that takes a while until going into production, and we have a lot of money in the bank. Let's quickly check the region economies once again and see what's going on. We are in a bit of a boom again after this major correction, and yeah, this is also still rising, but let's see how the various markets are going. Market size, well, delivery and stuff isn't expanding that fast right now, so this might be a little bit of a fluke. But on the other hand, we are expecting things to kind of build a head and shoulders pattern here. I don't know how much it will fall off here again, but overall I think we are still in a slight uptrend, although it's like flattening out again. I'm not sure how bad it will get. Let's see how bad it is in the other regions. Ouch. Frenia, you have some bad times. And Ahana is on the rise again. Alright, so that tells me our next side project in designing cars should certainly be focused on the Gazmian market. And let's see what the Gazmians like. We do have this market here, which we could cater to a little bit more. And we already have some awareness in it. 177 cars each month. Utility sports. Yeah, I don't quite like that segment, but I mean, building luxury SUVs, that's not too far off of building super luxury vehicles for this category down here. Oh yeah, I'm open to the possibility. Let's say that. And we do need something new. Maybe we could start out with a medium factory build, and keep it that way for a while, so that we have another parallel production going on, which caters to somewhat different markets. And with that said, let's take a look. When do we get those things out here? So 1988, the Dresden Lux Mark II, very nice. That is our flagship, so that's coming out soon. And then we have a lot of wait time till the others. So yeah, let's just go ahead and design one right away and see what we could use. Well, we could use the Super Bus. Make this a super luxury vehicle. Isn't it awesome? Maybe not. We could use... Oh yeah, no, we have to use this one. This will be our super luxury vehicle because it's the biggest vehicle in the world. And this is massive. Is this something that people would want to buy in super luxury variant? I'm not so sure. Let's just make it massive. All the flares. Can we up the roof height somewhat? Or just expanding on the size of the passenger cabin? Because we do want to put 4 seats in there. I'm not so sure if that is enough space for having 4 seats really comfortable. But yeah, let's see. Okay, designing this kind of vehicle is a little bit different because it needs to cater to... well, it's called a utility vehicle, but really it has limited utility, especially in the premium, in the luxury segment. It's not really about the utility, it's about dick size. And dick size it is. It's a massive vehicle, so that the dick size comes with the territory basically, so we don't really need the utility to back that up. So we could even go with the monocoque chassis, but I think we're keeping it true to what it should be. And these chassis are really creaky and have huge tolerances because they warp under stress. So not that nice. A monocoque chassis would be much better in that regard. We are going to build it out of full alloy, I think, even though it's super expensive. At least it's not rusting or anything. So material, let's go with just steel and front longitudinal double wishbone. And, well, this is where it becomes a little strange, because we do want the comfort, for sure, and that is something that solid axles aren't really known for. So we might want to settle with something that is bad for actual off-roading. Off-road low and, well, utility use in general. But has high comfort, because comfort very low is a bit shit. And then again, maybe we can compromise a little bit and just choose the semi-trailing arm, because that has everything we need, apart from a load. Okay, it doesn't have that much load capacity. This is so difficult. What do you choose? Do you actually go for making this a luxury vehicle, or... Yeah, I think we're going with a super good interior instead, which our company is known for, and go with coil. Because coil does have some off-road too. So we are going a little bit more off-roady with this one. That might work out. And then we need... Yeah, let's put alloy on there. Or do we want to have this partial alloy? Questions over questions. Well, partial alloy it is for now. We could always choose the other one later. And now this one, of course, needs... Look at these wheel wells. They are massive. We could easily fit like a meter-sized tire in there, but the game doesn't allow that, I think. So grills. Just put massive grills on there. Oh, by the way, one important thing to notice is that I'm now playing the game version, which is the latest, or the last game version before public release, basically. Public release of the campaign V1. So all the episodes up to episode, and including episode number 15, were recorded with the very first version of the Light campaign in the open beta. And now we are on a version here which is much more advanced, which has all the nice new features of setting production levels automatically and so on. So let's check one thing here. We have longitudinal all-wheel drive. We could use that. There's plenty of space in the in here after all. It's not quite as good for off-roading, but still decent. So let's go with that one, because it has higher prestige after all. Does this actually mention it? No. Okay. Doesn't mention it, but I think all-wheel drive actually has a higher prestige rating. So let's go for... Oh, what could we go for? I think a V12. How about something like 4... Oh, that's how many inches? That's 4 inches, yes. And another 4 inches here. That's almost 10 liter. I mean, 10 liter... yeah, that sounds about right for this kind of vehicle. So let's go with a... Yes, it has to be exactly like a 0.0001 cc engine. And we don't want to make any power with this one. Once again, don't rev it. Want to have all the comfort. Yes, I hear all of you screaming like, oh, make more power. No, go fuck yourself. I don't want to make power, because power is difficult to control. And then I would show how that's not possible, and so on. So now, let's just go with something. Oh, building these massive engines. Do we want to have cast? Just cast, or heavy duty cast, or something, some shit like this? This thing will be making lots of torque. But then again, in 1988, that's not really an issue anymore. So, do we want to rev this? No, we don't. So, just go with cast for now and see how long it lasts. Compression, probably 8.5 or something, and then super low cam profile, like 15. And probably a little bit revving here in the top end. We go naturally aspirated, although we could twin charge it. No, not twin charge. Twin turbo it. That would be a slight overkill. No, I don't think I'm a fan of that. And also it would like skyrocket engineering time. That's not something we need with this one. So injection, yes, certainly multi-point, and nothing fancy there though. We are going with 91, as this is supposedly to be sold to some rich Arcanans as well. And yeah, we do want as low throttle response as possible, because those sleepy lazy fucks in the back, they don't want to be woken up. Let's go with timing of 55, rev limiter. Probably this thing won't rev higher than like 4.8 or something. And all the fuel system quality we have. This needs to be reliable though. And short cast, obviously. Dual exhaust, yes, because we want to be as quiet as possible. And I don't think we are going to make much more than like 500 horsepower out of this. High flow, no. Freeway, cat, and as silent as possible with these. Reverse flow, very good. And let's see, we are knocking a little bit. 130 horsepower, yeah, that's certainly not enough. And now we are getting there. Alright, 344 horsepower out of 10 liters. Oh, yay! Amazing stuff. But at least our engine is really reliable. We could amp this up to like 400 horsepower. It's not too bad. And it's not hurting the economy either here. And it gives us even more room to navigate there. 405, 406 horsepower. We could go to... How much does this kill the economy? It's not really important, the economy, but I do want to keep... As you can see, the throttle response is what puts people off. You don't want to have a snappy response in a luxury vehicle. Let's see how far we can rev this thing. Oh, the pistons, ouch. So this is really the maximum here. Can we... No, so this doesn't really care about being upped too much, because we are not experiencing any valve float anyway. We could lower this back to save some engineering time, which already is pretty high. Let's see how much difference does this make. Oh, a lot of difference. Oh yeah, let's keep it down. And for now, can we... Ah, yes, there comes in the drop-off from valve float. That is neat. And that is a big drop in reliability for one more step there, so we keep it at exactly 4,900. And 500 horsepower is too much. So we drop it to 420 all the way. That's what the people will be doing in the back anyway. And start the engine. Yes. So then, what do we do? Well, we are not keeping those stupid tires, that's for sure. But manual, no. Automatic, 4 gear, yeah. 4 gear. And then maybe a manual locker, because we don't need anything else. A little bit higher high speed though. This is basically a driving house or driving barn. A little bit of a utility shack in the back. So we are not going to need any fancy differential here, but we do want to have a little bit of off-road. And that requires a low gearing there, and we do have all-wheel drive, which makes it a little bit more controllable for when it comes to power. And probably to have the highest possible utility, you want to have more power going to the rear as a standard than to the front, because on the rear there's mostly the weight from the cargo, so you need more power going there. Okay, should we put this on chunky off-road tires? And maybe... Oh, this is the smallest size. Not bad. Alright, 900s, looking a little bit better. Although on 15-inch rims, or rams, I don't think people would buy that. Those tires would pop like balloons. 150 is the profile, that's impressive. Oh, let's get this to... Ooh, that's still 90. So if we are going with 22s, it's 105s, 95s. That's good. And yay, let's put it on these. It looks like a horse carriage or something. Maybe not. Ah, that's a much better look. I like that. And now we can't choose anything but really the steel rims, because otherwise all our other stats are being destroyed. And these tires are very narrow still. 75s, we're down to 75s. That's bad. Well, let's go with 245s and drop this down a little bit. 19-inch. Yeah, this is much better. Alright, now get them out. Yes, wide stance. There you go. Massive, massive truck. All the Americans are just wanking off to while seeing this. It's like, oh my god, 10 liters and massive, massive cargo space. This really makes me want to jizz all over this thing. Not a European though. They are like, oh my god, please stop. Vented discs, we can go with 3 piston easily. I think there should be enough weight in this whole thing to be needing these kinds of brakes. 400s. 400s is impressive. I don't know if we need that much. Probably not. But then again, we do have ABS systems now, which make it better, and utility vehicles really benefit from having these massive brake capacities, so that should be pretty cool. Let's go with the off-road skid tray. Only weighs 30 kilos for this massive thing? Probably only covers the engine bay area down below here. And all the cooling, well, 3 times the cooling basically. That's decent. That is about what we need. Now seats. I think 4 is the correct number to do here, and handmade. And then we go with luxury CD. Oh no, luxury CD takes 4 away. And then again, that's probably a really good thing there. If we amp it up to +3, or we go with just premium, but that is so 90s. Well, we are soon in the 90s, so that's pretty okay. Luxury CD, no, I don't know. I think this one would be perfect without power steering. Like, yeah, 3-ton truck, no power steering. That is something to work out for. Traction control, no, not needed, and takes too long to engineer. Advanced safety, sure thing, we take that. And now, oh yes, hydropneumatic. Yes, or pneumatic, if you are a German bastard. Hydropneumatic, then prestige and comfort is through the roof, off-road is high. Oh, that sounds perfect to us. Let's go with this. It is making this one a massive, wonderful truck. And then we choose off-road, maxes out 41 centimeters almost, right height. But this is very stiff. I don't know. Just as stiff as the American bonus right now. Nah, I think that is too stiff for being a vehicle like this. Yes, it is heavy, but I mean, this was beyond hypercar levels. We are checking on the dampers a little later. I think we won't need much sway bar stiffness either, which is a good thing, of course. And now let's see the stats. What? The comfort is through the roof. It's amazing. It's amazing, as is our economy, fuel economy. But let's check this one. Oh, now that was a good base tuning. I like that. Now the brakes though. Wow. Okay, with 400s, we are just about there where we need it. That is impressive. And for the rear, do we have to go smaller? Prestige up, comfort up, utility not up. And maybe a little bit too little. If we go to 70 here, we drop a lot in comfort. We get up in utility and up in off-road. But free comfort. Maybe we can save the comfort levels by adjusting the suspension a little bit, because this may be a bit off, even though this is perfect. Now, for now, let's see if we make this softer. Comfort goes up, everything else goes down. We don't need sportiness at all. Oh, yeah, I'm not so convinced about this. And what happens if we go down here? Oh yeah, there we can increase a little bit. Nope, that was too much. Yeah, there we go. That's good. What about the strength in the back? Oh, they like it softer. Yeah, 49. Yeah, I think we're good here. And also, what you see right away is we aimed at the correct thing, or I did with my build here. It just turned out brilliantly with these. Yeah. We have to find a name though, and I'm kind of hard pressed to find something. Oh no, I know something. I know what. Wait a second. This is perfect for offending people in the Germany. I think Saarland is in Saarland on average people are the fattest in Germany. So I think we might want to call this the Saarland class. This would be perfect. It is a luxury battleship, the Saarland class. What do we have for the markets? Let's check those out. Well, as you can see, there is a lot more tooltips here right now. We have an estimate price of 35,800. It's scoring pretty well in luxury premium and so on. So if we don't sell everything and these categories are growing, we could sell some into that category too. And off-road premium through the roof, just as we wanted, and that has a pretty big audience as well as the utility sports premium. So yeah, if we build it in a medium factory, that should be pretty decent. Do we need another trim though? Ouch! Okay, that completely killed it. 50% markup. Yeah, if mass production is active here, then I don't think we need that much cost here. So the cost will be lower on average. Premium off-road. They don't like us anymore. So I think what we're going to do is just make a second trim after I renamed them accordingly. And in that one we are not going for handmade, but rather like the premium stuff. Alright, with aptly named trims and families, we go here and just clone this one. And just as usually, go in here and fix things up. Now we can have a look at the demographics for this one, and yes, we see with 50% markup on this one, we are falling back into these categories. So maybe we can conquer a little bit of this territory as well. I don't know how well this will sell though. Let's put it into a factory first and see how we're going with this. Do we want to spend a whole 5 years engineering this? Let's first have a look at the engine. That's just 3 years, so maybe you should aim for 4.5? Or get this out quicker. I'm not so sure. That's 4.4. 4.4 sounds awesome. And here we go with 4.4 as well. There we have it. 66 reliability. And total engineering costs 162 million, 191 million. This is getting expensive. So now we definitely need to produce this in Arana. No, we can't produce it in Arana yet because it's not 1990. Arg, of course. So let's produce this. Do we want to produce this in Gasmir, really? Okay. It's expensive, but the my thought process here is now the pricing on this would increase by 500 bucks if we produced it in Florinia and had to ship most of the cars to Gasmir in order to sell them. And that, of course, is a bit like, now you don't really want that if your main market is in Gasmir. Of course, this vehicle has a lot of production units, so lots of man hours going in there, and the man hours cost more in Gasmir, and that would be worth it to produce in Arana, where the production costs are like half. But Florinia is 80%, so let's buy medium factories, or medium plots, and put a nice medium factory on top of that. cars made per day, 80. That's still a lot of cars. 100. Ooh, this might be a little bit too big for what we're producing here. Let's go with medium 1 to start out with, because this is still very expensive. Medium 1, and we need 80 engines. Medium 1, it seems. Yeah, medium 1, and probably we just have very low shifts on that one, running on that one. And we do want to have maybe 20 of these and 66 of these. Could try that, I'm not so sure. Shifts definitely remain at 2 for now. And one thing I wanted to check here. So overall production costs are almost $2,000 here, out of 20,000 for the vehicle, and 13,500 for that one. So overall, it's not too bad. Match the car. Yes, it's matched to the car. A LOL 10 is going to be built here at 1.2 shift. So lots of... Oh, yeah. Look at how much they love it. Is it actually scoring better than this one? Yeah, it is scoring better than this one. This is more like a hyper luxury car, luxury premium. So we are competing against ourselves with this one. Maybe not the best choice ever, but we could increase this further. But no, we want to conquer this market. So let's keep both at plus 50%. I mean, we're not going to make a huge buck with that. And on the other hand, no one will beat us in a while with this one. Alright, let's see what our sales are. Looking really good. Looking really good, but then this is not taking into account our competition from ourselves, I think. Let's just leave it as is for now, and yeah, selling to Forania, good luck with that, they hate such cars. But Arana is going to open up at the point where this one will start production, so we will be able to sell to Arana as well. Let's sign off on this. This is just $1.66 billion and 55 months until break even if we sell everything. That doesn't sound too bad. So let's start this. And now we have so many projects in engineering. Let's see, what do we have to do next? We do need... the Hockenheim is still in production and stocking up. And these are all in production. The Dresden Lux is in production, but the Dresden Lux Mark II is coming soon. So that means we have to make a follow-up version to the Dresden Lux Mark II. That will be what we're doing next, I think. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. And see you guys next time.